team, it's me. I promised you guys a video on ways to get people to book parties, and so I'm here to show you some of my top tips and ideas. I know it's usually really intimidating for people to ask somebody to host a party, and I understand that. When I was first starting out with Cincy, it was really hard for me to start, to ask people to have parties, and my husband actually used to do it for me, which was kind of sad. But then I learned really the worst thing that someone's going to tell you when you ask them to host a party is no. And a lot of times they won't say no because they're afraid they're going to hurt your feelings. They'll come up with some other excuse. Well, I don't know, maybe in February or something like that. But when they tell you things like that, you need to hold them to it. So if you talk to Sue and Sue said, I'm kind of busy right now, and, in February I won't be as busy, so check back with me then. Write in your calendar right then to call Sue in February and ask her to host a party. Because you could say, hey, I know we talked in December and you said that I should call you back in February, so I'm calling you back, because then they think that you take your business seriously. So the first thing I want to talk about is my calendar. I have two calendars. I have one of those Erin Condren life planners. If you've ever met me, you've seen me carry it around. It has all the months in it, divided by weeks, and I call it my brain. But I also carry around the Cincy Family calendar. You can order this from the Cincy Family store. Can you see it? It's a pretty good sized calendar. It's a lot nicer than the old ones that they used to send us. And what I do with it is I go through and I highlight the dates that I really want to host a party. And I write some extra little incentive for the person. If you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of money, or you don't have a lot of stock invested, and you don't have things to give away like what I have on here, things like I'll bring snack, and all you have to do is bring, maybe a bag of chips and some salsa and a thing of drinks, or you'll bring, coffee, and I'll supply the coffee, the creamer, and the sugar, and then as long as they have a coffee maker, you're set to go. It can be something as easy as that, and so. You work with what's in your budget. Don't work with what's in my budget, because they're totally different. So I'm going to show you my calendar. This is for December. So far, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I have no home parties booked for December. I'm really sad about it. It's really hard for me to get parties here. People don't want to party. I don't know. But they like to buy. So as long as they like to buy, I don't mind. So anyways, so here's what my calendar looks like. Let's see. I only have the first 2 weeks. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm not cutting anything off. But I only have the first 2 weeks done. And so if I have some reason why I can't work, I mark it out. If I have, part of a day that's blocked off. So if you see on December 5th in the morning, it's blocked off because I was supposed to have a meeting, but that meeting got changed. So now that whole day is open, and now I can only work half a day on the 12th. So that's basically what I put on there. And I think the most expensive thing on here is when I give away a 3-pack of wax, when I do free 3 packs of wax, and I just pull them from either my stock, or I use the extra half price reward that's written into the party already, and I'll pay $7 for it, or I combine down a party so that I don't have to really pay for that wax anyway. If you guys want information about combining down a party, I would be more than happy to do another video on it. It would be a little bit longer of a video than normal. So my favorite thing that I put on here is, if you looked on the 13th, I have 3 packs for $13, Lucky 13 sale, because it's Friday the 13th. So my plan was, instead of $14 3 packs, now they'll be $13. So basically in that, what I'm doing is, if 2 people, so Sue and Jane, both order a 3-pack, I'll put those 3 packs together and it makes a 6-pack. So totally they paid, $26 for it, but the workstation, I'm only paying $25, still getting the same amount of wax, and then the extra $1 I can use to supply myself with light bulbs. I never pocket extra money that's left over on a party. When I combine down orders, I always apply it to future product. So be really cautious when you do that. Do not pocket money. So that's one thing that I do. The second thing I do is, when I'm at a party and I give out my clipboards. So I give out the little mini clipboards. These were before Cincy store carried them. I made some and I painted them so that they were, cuter than brown wood. So I have on there, this is what it looks like when I hand it to my guest. And on the very first thing is the door price slip. So on the door prize slip, I tell them they have to fill out everything. They have to check the check boxes if they have, anything that they want to do. They need to check the check box. And so a lot of times I'll highlight it because sometimes people don't even see that stuff. So I do that, but I play a game with it first where I have them put it on their head and they have to draw something depending on the season. I'm having a hard time finding one for December, but as soon as I do, I can share in the team room. And then so they're already kind of attached to this this form, and so they fill it out and they'll have it for a long time, and then I collect them near the end of the party and I do a door prize. For a door prize, it can be as simple as a bar of the scent of the month. I get the scent and the warmer of the month every month, and so sometimes I get stuck with 9 bars of some scent that not very many people would like sugar and spice. Not very many people bought that from me, so I like to give it away at parties. It's a free bar, so nobody's really complaining. So the next thing that I do is inside their catalog is an order form. So on their order form, the first thing I do is, if you notice, I highlight the word email. And the reason that I do that is because I make sure that I add them to my workstation and that I add their email and I click them as a newsletter subscriber. You have to click the box that says subscribe client to my newsletter. It's at the top when you first start entering in their information. Do that with everybody. If they give you an email address, they have given you permission to add them, and add them to it. And you can even post on Facebook, who would like to be added to my free newsletter? And I don't know. Yeah, see, you can say free. Who would be like to be added to my free newsletter? And then when they say I do, then have them PM you their email address and add them. Every month they're going to get, all the host specials. They're going to get any warmer of the month specials. They're going to be constantly reminded that you still sell Scentsy. So every month. And then in there, when you can personalize your email before it goes out, I'm really bad about it lately, but I used to take and go through and make sure that I personalized it. And you have to do this before the last week of the month. And I would say thank you to all my great hostesses. Thank you to Sue for hosting. Thank you to Jane for hosting. Thanks for all the customers that I met. FYI, I wouldn't say FYI. I would be like, if anybody, wants more Scentsy, needs more Scentsy, wants to come see me, I'll be at XYZ events, in December. Stop by and see me, and make sure you bring a frequent customer card. And so I do frequent customer cards. I forgot to bring one out here when I came out here. So I tell people to bring those, and I will give them a free punch just if they come to an event. But moving on to keep talking about the order form. On the bottom of the order form, I have this sticker. And it's hard to tell that it's highlighted, but it says, are you interested in hosting a home party? Yes, no, maybe. Hosting a basket party? Yes, no, maybe. Or information about the Scentsy opportunity? Yes, no, maybe. So, and I highlight it, and the reason I highlight it is because people don't notice black and white. And so if you just add that pop of color, I really need to find a purple highlighter. I think it would do wonders. But anyways, all my yellow ones keep disappearing. I think my boys take them. So I highlight them really quick. A highlighter is like my best friend next to a Sharpie marker and Post-it notes. And if you've known me for any length of time, then you know the importance of the highlighter now. So what I do is I just use the regular labels like we use for the back of our catalogs. These are Avery 5160s. And I just go ahead and put them out, print them out, and then I put them on there. I really am partial to the easy peel labels because you just fold them, and the label, the part that you need to peel is like right there on the edge, so it's easier to get them off. It's up to you, personal preference, price preference, and so that's what I use, there. I make it a promise when I walk in. I tell people, like when I first start the party, I say, hi, my name is Carrie Smith and I'm an independent director with Scentsy Wickless Candles. Is anybody here interested in being my accountability partner for today? And they usually look at me like I'm crazy, like, okay, what am I going to hold you accountable to? And if somebody says I will, then I give them an extra ticket. I'm going to talk about those in just a second. And then I go ahead and tell them, at the end of the party, if I don't ask people to host a party, I will give you 5 tickets. And so that person's like, oh. And then I say, when I check you out, if I don't ask you to host a party, you get 2 tickets. So everybody's like, okay. So I give people the extra tickets for, whatever else I'm giving away at the party. And this doesn't even have to be a Scentsy product. It can just be something that I picked up. I like to find stuff at, here they call it, is it Marshall's here? I think it's called Marshall's. And in New York, it was TJ Maxx. I think, was it TJ Maxx? Anyways, other places it's called Ross, and it's just those discount stores where you can go in and you can find like really nice high-end things for a pretty good price. I like to go up and down the aisles, usually on the clearance aisles, and sometimes I'll find something like a really cute picture frame that you know, will be on there, and I'll wrap it up cute and purple tissue paper and give it away. I try not to spend more than $2 or $3 on the special prize that I use with tickets. So tickets, talking about them now. So I like the double ones, and that's simply because they don't have to write on them and then give them back, and I can just call it the last 3 of the number. What I do is everybody that comes gets a ticket, and depending on if I write it down or not, will depend on what you get tickets for. So, like, if you, just for showing up, you get a ticket. If you were on time, you get a ticket. If you've been to one of my parties before, you get a ticket. If you've ever hosted before, you get 3 tickets. If you are a Scentsy virgin, and yes, I use that word in front of my customers, it makes them all giggle. If you're a Scentsy virgin, you have no idea what Scentsy is. Usually I give you like 3 tickets or 5 tickets or however generous I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I just am like, you're a Scentsy virgin, and if they're the only one in the room, I'm like, well, look at this, and I'll just keep pulling tickets, and then I pull off like 3 at the end. So, but you know, so it's all about show, and I try to have fun. The more fun you have at parties, the more fun your customers and your guests are going to have, the more fun your hostess is going to have, and the more they're going to want to party with you some more. So keep that in mind. Don't stand up and be like, this is a highlighter. It is blue. I like this highlighter because I like blue. I like this highlighter because it is round. People are going to be like, what is she talking about? If you're like, hey, so I have this highlighter and it's blue and it's my favorite and I really like the way it writes. Do you want to see? You can try it. Go ahead, try this. Try this highlighter. And I know that's completely not what we sell. I'm just trying to use it as an example and be fun. I get hands-on with as much stuff as possible. I pass around everything with the exception of the warmers because obviously they're hot and they're sometimes full of wax and that could just be a disaster. I started setting up a layers sampling station. I have this cute little tray and I have one of every layers product on there, and I set it up usually in the kitchen next to the sink, and I have a little sign, it has all the prices on it. And I got this tip from a very smart woman that I know who's a consultant, who told me to take one of the lip balms and get some Q-tips, put them in a Ziploc bag with the lip balm, and at parties undo the lip balm and give everybody a Q-tip with the lip balm on it and tell them to try it. And she sold like at least 3 at every party since she's done it. And I've only done it at one party and sold 2. So I think that once they try the lip balm, they're like, ooh. And if you're using the lip balm, then they're going to like, you know, they're going to be like, oh, your lips are shiny and they smell like pineapple, or, you know, hopefully they're not that close to your face. But anyways, this video is getting kind of long. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. The last thing that I do is when the order comes in, and I'm giving the customer their order. So they're going to get back the white copy of their order form. If they booked a party with me that day, then I'll circle where, you know, it says here, and I'll write, yay, see you on, and I'll put the date. But then I put with that order, even though they got one in their host packet, I put a host and join flyer because, you know, maybe they just didn't pay attention to it in their hostess packet. Or maybe they know somebody that wants to host or join. And then I put a flyer from the scent of the month, and I put that all in there with their order form behind it. And I usually fold it in half like this, and I have the personalized pens from when they were on sale last winter, and I stick a pen in the middle, and I put that in their bag. And, you know, I think that works because sometimes I've gotten calls from people that are like, so I really had a lot of fun at Alyssa's party, and I was thinking I might want to host a party or maybe get together with you and talk about joining. And I was like, oh, okay. And it usually happens like 3 or 4 days after I've delivered an order to the hostess. So I think it works. If you guys have any questions, if you need more information on anything that I shared with you guys today, please ask. You know that I will tell you. I hope that everybody is having a beautiful December. And I just want to show you guys something because I want you to understand where I live now. It's kind of freaky. Okay, so it is what? December 3rd? It's December 3rd. So you're going to go on a walk with me. Oh, maybe we're not going on a walk. Yeah. Okay, you're still there. I don't know what happened. My screen just totally went blank. Anyways, we're going to go on a walk. We're going to go out into my back porch because I'm a little scared of this. All right, so it is December. It is like 70 degrees out here. Like I'm outside barefoot and everything. I mean, look, the trees are all still green. What gives with this? So those of you who have the snow, I'm extremely jealous. I wish I had snow. It just does not feel like Christmas, and it's really weird when you set up your Christmas tree and you have your windows open and, you know, all your doors are open, and it's just like, whoa. So anyways, now you got to see a little bit of my house too. Exciting. Don't look at the dirty laundry in the living room. It's not dirty, it's clean. I folded it. So I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for listening to me ramble on here at the end. And I love and miss each and every one of you. Have a great December and have a great day.